So, this is the book I finished reading, Princess Bride, based on the awesome, well, this came first, I believe, and then the movie, by the late, great William Goldman. And I'm going to write a book report, broken up into 3 sections about it. At the end of this, you have Buttercup's Baby, which is kind of like a novella, like a very short novella or short story. I thought it was going to be like another book, and maybe he intended this Buttercup's Baby to be another book, but I looked it up and he never kept going with this whole story here. So it's just kind of self-contained short story, which seemed like it was going to be part of a larger book. But that being said, I still enjoyed this kind of semi-sequel, this potential sequel to this book. Yeah, but I don't believe Buttercup's Baby exists, and that's unfortunate. Like the full story that they intended it to be. But anyway, this great book. It's pretty much word for word what the movie is. Give or take some more. There, it goes into the backstory of what's his name, Inigo Montoya. How can I forget that name? Inigo Montoya's backstory with his mentor, that trained him with the sword and everything. So that was pretty cool. So there's some good backstory there, without overdoing the backstory. You get some cool backstory of the giant in there, and well, I'll go over my review, a brief review, and I don't even touch on the whole thing there. Maybe I'll leave the review as a PDF in the video. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's pretty much about this Princess Buttercup, and she's getting married to a prince, and Prince Humperdinck, and he's terrible. He's a big jerk, and he's cruel and all that, and this guy here is the Wesley, who dons the uniform of the Dread Pirate Roberts, and they meet. They were together when they were young, and he comes to rescue her as the Dread Pirate Roberts. And in this, you can see his mask is off. That's after she finds out that's Wesley. And it's kind of like he gets kidnapped, and he gets taken by Prince Humperdinck and put into a dungeon. And but before that, he meets a few undesirables along the way, chiefly hired mercenaries like Inigo Montoya, the giant, and the Sicilian. I can't think of their names right now. This is probably on the back here. But yeah, they end up, Wesley outwits the Sicilian there, the mastermind, and they end up, going kind of astray, and they end up looking for Wesley, and they end up helping him and becoming his sidekicks. So it's kind of like their character arcs as well. And he ends up, they end up rescuing him, and he rescues. Well, I'll leave that spoilers. If you haven't seen The Princess Bride, go read the book or watch the movie. The book's very enjoyable. It's a great page turner. Again, the dialogue's really simple, and is not a lot of description. There's minimal description. And I love that because it lets your imagination fill in those blanks. And it's got a map in here. Let's show you the map. See, nice colored map. It's great stuff. I got this from the dollar bookstore over 10 years ago. And it's a great find. Great find. So there you go. Little oral book review. I give it it's pretty much a 10 out of 10. It succeeds at what it's trying to do. And you got some great narration breaking the third wall, or I guess that would be first person perspective, and of the grandpa reading the story to his grandkid, trying to get him to pay attention. And the fictional author in this is S. Morgenstern, which is great for talking about backstory of different publications of this book and different things about the characters that he was going to go into, but he didn't. But yeah, there you go, Princess Bride. I'll go over the book review that I typed up on my Chromebook. All right, so as you can see here, I on my Google Docs, I wrote in the headline, the bold headline, what's this book about? Princess Bride's a classic fantasy tale about a kidnapped princess forced to marry a cruel prince, and her true love, Wesley, posing as a pirate hunting for her. So that's the first part, and I go over that a little bit. The second part, what is the book's theme or message? And can the humble beginnings of true love endure and become the realities of money, overcome the realities of money and power? Can former enemies redeem themselves for the better? Will justice prevail? What do I like about this book? Well, the dialogue is hilarious and makes the story incredibly easy to follow. Book's not bogged down by unnecessary descriptive detail. It has just enough, just the bare minimum, and by doing this, lets your imagination fill in the blanks. This makes the story flow much easier and faster. William Goldman's incredibly easy to read, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. So it's broken down in 3 parts, a 1-page book report here, or book review. So nice and easy, and let's see how many words this is. Go up to my tools here. Word count. Yeah, 345. So I could probably expand it by, maybe a couple hundred words, but I summed it up pretty nicely here. So there you go. That's a 1-page book review. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you that.